I worked the night shift at the Belgrave Hotel, midnight to 6 in the morning. Most people think night shifts are quiet, peaceful. They imagine a bored clerk scrolling through a phone behind the desk, waiting for sunrise. That only happens in places that are still alive. The Belgrave isn't one of them. The building is old, older than the records say. The walls breathe when the air conditioning shuts off, and the elevators stop a little too hard, like they're resisting something pulling them downward. By the time I was hired, I already knew something was wrong with the place. But I didn't know about room 413, not until my first night. The manager, a thin man named Carlisle, handed me a clipboard before he left. He didn't smile. He didn't welcome me. He didn't even ask my name again. He just pointed to the paper. "Read the rule," he said. "All of them." Most were normal. No guests behind the desk, no alcohol on shift. Log all disturbances, call maintenance before security. Then I reached the last rule. Room 413 is always occupied. Do not knock. Do not enter. Do not question it. I laughed, just once. Carlisle didn't. "If the system shows it empty," I said, "what do I do?" He picked up his coat and paused at the door. "It won't," he said. Then he left. The lobby felt quiet. Too quiet. The first 2 hours passed slowly. A few late check-ins. One drunk couple arguing in whispers. The usual. At 2:14 a.m., the phone rang. A woman in room 411 complained about footsteps above her ceiling. I told her I'd look into it. When I pulled up the floor plan, I felt my stomach tighten. There was no room above 411, just 413. I told myself it was old plumbing, pipes knocking, buildings make noise. At 2:47 a.m., another call. This time it was a man in 412. He said someone was dragging furniture across the floor next door. He said it sounded heavy, angry. I apologized and promised to send someone up. I didn't. I checked the booking system instead. Room 413 was listed as occupied. No guest name, no check-in time, no payment method. Just a gray bar where information should have been. At 3:05 a.m., the elevator doors opened without being called. No one stepped out. At 3:11 a.m., the hallway camera outside 413 went offline. At 3:17 a.m., a man approached the desk. He looked normal. Mid-30s, wrinkled jacket, red eyes like he hadn't slept. "My key stopped working," he said, placing it on the counter. I picked it up. Room 413. I felt my throat tighten. "I think there's been a mistake," I said carefully. "You're not assigned to that room." He frowned. "I've been staying there all night," he said. "Haven't you seen me?" I hadn't. I checked the system again. Still nothing. "I'll make you a new key," I said. He leaned closer. "You already did," he whispered. The lights flickered. When they steadied, he was gone. No footsteps, no elevator sound, just the key card on the counter. At 3:40 a.m., the security monitors came back online. The hallway camera outside 413 was active again. The door was open. Something stood just inside the doorway. It was tall, too tall. Its head brushed the top of the frame. It didn't move. It didn't blink. It just stood there, watching the camera. I turned the monitor off. At 4:02 a.m., I took the master key. The elevator ride felt longer than before. The numbers crawled upward like they were resisting gravity. When the doors opened on the 4th floor, the hallway looked stretched, longer, narrower. The carpet pattern twisted slightly, like it had been pulled sideways and never fully corrected. Room 413 was at the end. The door was closed now. I stood in front of it for a full minute before inserting the key. The lock clicked. The door opened, and the room beyond wasn't a room. It was a hallway. The same hallway I stood in. Same carpet, same lights, same doors. One of them was labeled 413. I stepped inside. The door behind me closed on its own. The air was thick, warm, breathing. Every door I passed showed a different version of the same room. Some were empty, some were destroyed, some were occupied. I heard whispering behind the walls. Names, dates, check-in times. I found a desk at the center of the maze. An old guest registry sat open on top of it. Every page was filled. Names crossed out in black ink. Some were scratched so hard the paper tore. I found my own name halfway down the last page, already crossed out. That's when I understood. Room 413 isn't a room. It's a holding place. For guests who die quietly, for people no one notices missing, for night clerks who break the rules. The hotel doesn't evict them. It keeps them. The lights flickered. The hallway folded inward. Doors slammed. I ran. I don't remember how long I ran. When I stopped, I was back at the front desk. The clock read 5:59 a.m. The morning clerk arrived at exactly 6. He smiled at me. "Rough night?" he asked. I nodded. He glanced at the computer. "Hey," he said. "What room are you in?" I opened my mouth and told him the truth. 413. He laughed. Then he read the rules, and his smile faded. The hotel doors locked behind him, and somewhere above us, room 413 welcomed another guest.